Yeah, Chelsea. The derby is won.
Oh my God. I knew this was going to become a Chelsea fucking podcast.
Mudrick.
You know when I was talking so much shit last week, I was like, I think I've just got to put it out there and then shit will start shifting.
Yeah. Well, all I had to do was put one of the boys in my pickups.
Yeah.
Royer. I said it last
You
week.
did. I will credit where credit's due. That was a sick pickup.
I mean, it was a very lucky goal, but he got some opportunities in that game.
Look, yeah. Like, I hope one of our fans did a punt.
Yeah, I hope they did.
Yeah.
If you did, please reach out
Yeah.
because I want a virtual high five. All right, well, welcome back to Draft Boys, the FPL Draft Podcast. As always, joined by Miley G, Hito, and myself, Whitey. Lads, how we do?
I'm good.
I'm good, mate.
tired,
Happy to
but
be back.
I'm here.
Mate, just pick it up. You know the people want it. They want you at your
As
top.
soon as I heard that music, I'm lifted now.
Yeah, look,
Like,
Is it
has
because you
become
watched
the anthem.
endless hours of Ryder Cup over the weekend? Is that
I
why
did
you're
watch
exhausted?
a lot of golf.
I
Fuck, there
caught
was
a bit
some-
of it, actually.
There was some dramas.
Oh, were there?
Absolute dramas. Yeah. Look, I won't get fully into it, but Rory almost had a massive fight with one of the caddies, Bones, and like
Really?
Joe LaCava. Yeah, because he like
One of the
stood in
US
his
caddies.
line and yeah, it was full
Really?
dog by the US. They were getting pumped and they were using every trick in the book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was
Spicy.
But what did he
Dirty
do?
tactics.
So there was a couple. So Joe LaCava,
Yeah.
he basically like stood in his line and like walked across it before Rory was going to putt.
What?
Yeah, they were like.
That's
they were
super
dirty.
Did
Yeah.
That
they
is
channel some
filthy.
football and just scuff up the penalty spot a little
Oh,
bit?
That's basically the same thing.
It's the same thing.
It could be worse. I think it's worse.
It's probably worse.
Yeah, because
I'd say.
golf's got so much etiquette.
Oh
and
man,
shit.
I've seen some of those fucking penalty spots. They look dicey.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
really?
look dicey.
Some have got like holes, like
Yeah.
full, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
beaver holes.
Little beaver hole.
Beaver holes.
Oh
Little
my
mole hole.
god. Well,
Imagery.
boys, I mean, we could mess around all day, but I want to get to the points this week because I'm not last.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I'm.
I thought you were going to
first.
avoid this topic, mate.
Well, I should be on top.
Uh,
You should be.
So I'll
Some
go
people weren't
first.
fucking lucky as fuck.
I've still got a play to play, by the way, so I'll go first. But I know that I'm going to get a lot of points from Kaminsky, my keeper that I brought in for the double game week.
I've got someone.
Well, you only
play
have to
too,
pull back, what,
but he's on my bench.
7 points to get Whitey. So
Exactly.
I got one of them,
Nick
but he's the
Cleany and
last
Bones.
player on my
He's
bench.
keeping cleanies and bones.
Nick Cleany's in bones.
But
Oh,
look,
yeah.
TBC.
Come on.
baby, I got Gordon.
God,
Another-
Oh,
another
I forgot
assist.
about Gordon.
Shame he's suspended for the next game.
Yeah, he is, but it's all right. I've got a strong bench with Thiago Silva on it with 8 points. So
Ooh,
that was harsh.
That hurts.
But yeah, look, I got contributions from quite a few of the boys. Palmer with the assist, Richarlison, Antonio. Zuma got the cleanie, and Gakpo, cheeky little goal
Gackers.
from him. Yeah, but he's got a bit of an injury, so I've got to keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should probably like reach out to his physio and just like say what's up and just make sure they're icing it. A lot of ice baths, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
You should also give a little shout out to your newest member of your bench.
Yes, so
What?
I actually made
riding?
I made the decision of picking up De Bruyne after the pod.
Things have
actually.
gone that bad
Well, is it
for him.
'cause
He's
I-
had to jump on it that early.
Because he just looks at my pickups every week. If he's not stealing them on the pod, he's picking them up.
But you know
took
what I
good
was
advice.
thinking? I was thinking I had to drop Barnes. And
Yeah,
I was like, you know
did.
what? I'm not losing out on anything because I'm just dropping.
Yeah, you are
Barnes.
lucky it was a
How long was
injured
Barnes
player.
out for?
Like
New
he,
Year.
he gets back around the same time as KDB. And what I was thinking is two things. It makes my team selection easier until he comes back, and it makes my second half of the year really, really promising. If he comes back and I'm in a position, Haaland and De Bruyne.
It is lucky timing that Barnes got injured because it made the decision a lot easier
Yeah.
for you.
I was like, this is fine. And who am I really going to pick up? I was like, I'm doing it. I'm holding.
There you go.
I'm annoyed you did.
Yeah, I know you.
Didn't you see when I said the forecast?
Yeah, but
So game week, what did I
10.
say?
You said game week 10.
Game week 10, pick him up.
That's why Whitey said 10 because he wanted to do it in 9.
I was going to.
So I just did it in 7.
Oh, you sick bastard.
Yeah, I thought it made sense for my team.
Yeah.
So-
yeah. Well, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Looks like it helped out your points this week.
Listeners should let us know if they've done it too.
Yeah,
I've seen
I'd like to
anyone
know
pull
if the
the trigger.
listeners pulled the trigger on KDB.
At least that like you can commiserate with them,
For what?
like sitting in last.
I I'm not sitting in last.
That's where you're
I'm
going.
4th.
That's where you're going with those kinds of pickups.
No. My team is just starting to get a bit of form, actually.
All right. Speaking of starting to get a bit of form, mine's come back. I think I'm next because Hito's the luckiest man alive.
He is.
Yeah, look, again, back-to-back cleanies from my Newcastle boys, Pope and Shah, really starting to tick there, and I'm loving that momentum. They're going to take that hopefully straight into these good fixtures. Chile is injured, and he's on the field right now. He'll get subbed for Tarkowski, so that's not an issue. Saka just returns. Eze got an assist. Bowen again, 9 points there. Also, I got 6 from Isak. Bit disappointing from Matoma this week.
Yeah.
Chipping
From the
in
whole
with
team,
1
maybe.
point. Kind of surprising loss to Aston Villa there. Fuck, they're looking so good.
Jeez, that was scary.
Anyway, that brought me to a total of 49. So I would have liked it to be. Oh no, it will be 50 when Tarkowski comes on.
Oh, there you go.
Booyah.
Fresh fives, baby. Fresh fives.
Yeah, go on.
61.
Wow.
Pretty solid. Got a nice
40 of those
20
are filthy lucky.
24 points from Trips and Colwell. 12 points apiece. Nice
This is
17
so
points
annoying.
from Odegaard.
I'm so
Which
sour
is
about it.
a huge hauler. 1 goal, 2 assists, all 3 bones. And then my boy Alvarez just pulling this team along.
Yeah. Wow. He's
So
actually even
despite-
putting Haaland in the shadow.
I know. So despite -2 from Jota, still pulling out 61, baby.
That's pretty good. Look, this kid, I don't know what we're going to do with him. I think kicking him off the pod firstly.
This guy.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to say kick you two off the pod because it's just
Would be
clearly
a pretty
people
fucking
just
no,
following me.
It's different. Luck and skill is a different thing.
Yeah. We're gonna earn
That's
it.
all right.
We're gonna earn our way
Haters
back.
going to hate.
They say, it's better to be lucky than good.
I have no comment. All right, boys. I'm thirsty.
I'm hungry.
Heat's on snack.
Let's
chat
do
this
it.
week.
Snack chat. I'm
want the
gonna do
snack chat?
snack first
Oh, we've had
because
it
the
right there the whole time.
drink's gonna take me a little bit to get ready for you.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Your snack this week is pork crackling.
Oh,
This is good.
I love this shit.
So your boys
But-
crack that open.
Man, I need something. I need a certain kind of beverage to go with this
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, the pairing.
to see what he pairs with because
Yeah.
it's not a normal Hito pairing. I would say this is great with a beer. I'm going to just describe this packet here.
And
It's
I answer
hand-cooked.
with beer.
He did it. He's done it.
Wow.
I'm
Very cool
so
little box.
Excited. Yeah, this is an American pale ale.
Sierra Nevada
Yeah.
Pale Ale Draft Style.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Draft style. Let's
That
go.
looks great.
Crack it.
It's a cool
When he
little
said
green
it's going
box.
to take him a while to prepare, I thought he was going to shake up.
Well, I just thought I might.
something.
Well, I thought I might pull it out of the box, but then I was like,
Okay.
no, I'm going to show the box because it's really cool.
Good.
This is so salty.
My first one wasn't.
Try it.
Oh, that's better.
There you go, boys.
Oh,
Nice
that's cold.
green ass can. Cold as for you.
Oh, wow.
Have you guys had this beer before?
Yeah. It's an American beer. I've had it a fair bit when I go back
Oh yeah,
to the stateside. It's good. It's a nice little
strong for American beer.
Oh,
Cheers, boys. Well, straight into the reviewing. Chink. The crackling.
it's very airy. But
That was a good piece.
That's what you get.
That
from
just brought up the review.
Eat some more.
My first two weren't as salty. I like the salty ones.
Yeah, put it to shake the bag around maybe.
I'm gonna give it a 7.2. It's a great Moorish snack, good with a beer.
Yeah.
The pairing, I'm gonna give extra points to. This pale ale is one I like.
I'm going to give it 7.5, the crackling.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna go 7.8 for the beer.
Ooh, okay.
It's good. It's a good pale ale. It's not my favorite pale, but it's very good.
Look, I'm not usually a designer beer type of guy, but this is quite good. I'm gonna-
beer?
yeah.
Who are you?
It's
you
just
know-
because it's green. You think you have Gucci or something.
Yeah. I'm going to go with like 8. It's actually quite good.
It does say finest quality. 8.
Yeah.
That's high for a craft beer for you.
That's what I'm saying. I quite like it.
You were keen for a beer tonight.
I'm really keen.
The occasion is
This
doing
is-
me some favors.
You better get the other one out because this is going down
Okay.
the hatch.
Well, he's done it right there. I mean, he knows how to appeal to us. Is just to give us a beer and something salty. So
Yes.
it's very easy.
Yeah, I knew I needed to pair that correctly because I know the requirements when it comes to you boys and salty snacks.
All right. Speaking of requirements, talk about someone who is just blasting over all expectations and all requirements that you would expect from this guy.
Oh yeah.
Neto.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It makes it hard. Like I hate talking about it because I wanted him so bad, and I was going to pull the trigger the week before he scored that goal, and I didn't. So it's going to be a tough season for me, I feel. But
I would have loved him in my team.
credit where credit's
You
due.
must take some consolation in the fact that he only got like 4 points this week. So it's not like he's hauling as well.
No, but he
fantasy.
just is looking good.
I know.
though, right? And like for me, I'm like,
Look, I'm trying to give our boy some hope somewhere. You know, I've got to keep his hopes alive.
I had that like I was saying I had that talisman strategy, like trying to pick, especially for my midfielders, pick like your Sakas, your Ezes, your Bowens, like the guys that are the main guy. Fuck, Neto would have been just that perfect little head on the mantle.
Yeah.
I should have got him.
The olives.
I never
and the
would have got him.
martini.
Oh, the olives in the martini. I love that. How many olives in your martini?
2.
I'm a 3 guy.
Oh no, it's too much.
And make it dirty.
No.
Oh, just throw the whole thing out for me.
Yeah.
Well, you could just put it in my glass.
Yeah, I'll just pour it into yours.
But it was a pretty nice little effort from him there. I mean, obviously deflected in, wasn't it?
Yeah, deflected by Diaz in
Yeah, but I mean, again, it was that same kind of run where he just
He
went,
did
I'm fucking
the whole
taking this
way.
on.
And
It's
that's what he's
insane.
been doing this whole season. Like, I've never actually seen him this direct. I think maybe he read Matoma's doctorate that he wrote,
maybe.
you know?
It's a good read.
Did some reading.
It's
I haven't read it because it wouldn't be useful to me at all. I don't think I could do anything.
Maybe get the
with voice.
audio book and you can fall asleep to it.
Oh, God, it would be good. Do you think it's in Japanese?
Oh, probably.
Google
I wouldn't be
Translate.
surprised.
It's like the toilets at Uncle Ming's.
Oh,
There's a bar in the city. It's Uncle Ming's. It's like this kind of like, it's kind of like Asian style. I wouldn't say there's any particular like one culture,
no.
but in the bathroom, it's got they're speaking Chinese, but they're teaching people to speak Chinese. I guess it's probably Chinese is the thing, but they're
Uncle
teaching
Ming.
you to say they're teaching you to say like Chinese stuff, but it's
Ni
like a
hao,
really old cassette, like from like the 60s.
Oh, wow.
So the voice is really crackly and like it's pretty funny. Some of them are hilarious. Some of the phrases they give
I bet.
are very funny. Anyway, that was a massive segue.
Learn while you pee. Why not?
What else are we talking about this?
Or
because-
Alvarez, I think.
Yeah.
Like that free kick.
The standout of that game was one, the fact that City lost to Wolves. Crazy.
How good.
And then two, those two goal scorers. They were amazing.
I mean, we're back, baby. We just got 3 points back on the leaders.
I
Chelsea are fucking all over them.
We're
Watch
grinding.
out.
Hey, hang up. You're still in double digits.
Oh,
All right,
wait.
calm down.
Liverpool too.
Yeah.
Big week to win.
Let's talk about Tottenham Liverpool because I have been reading all of the stuff on Twitter
Mate.
and it is amazing. Liverpool fans are so filthy about it.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
sometimes the calls don't go your way.
It's like,
Yeah, sometimes they don't.
Hito.
Well, quite often they don't. Yeah,
talk to
absolutely
us.
mental.
But okay, so I didn't get to watch that full game, but I did have this question for him because I was watching the highlights, and you seem to say that in a group chat of ours that you didn't think Tottenham deserved it. But Tottenham had a lot of chances. Like from what I saw in the highlights, it was more Tottenham than Liverpool's.
Yeah, it just didn't feel that way. Watching it, it felt like they had a couple of breakaway chances. Alisson made a couple of good saves, but
I saw one of those saves was awesome.
But even despite being a man down and then 2 men down, you would not guess that if you just started watching the game and didn't know, you wouldn't guess we were down a man or 2.
Yeah, true. I didn't think
Like
about
we weren't
that.
just stuck on our
Yeah, I
line, just
forgot about that.
defending. Like Tottenham let us have the ball, and we could have nicked it, and we should have with one that was got disallowed when we were down to 10 men.
yeah. So that was that
Yeah, that's
Diaz
unfortunate.
goal?
That was
It was a
Diaz's
nice
goal.
finish too.
It was a beautiful finish.
Yeah. No, the powers that
Absolutely
be.
cooked it.
There's some sort of Aussie up in the box
Yeah.
in the VAR thing.
Clearly.
Oh, it's the
Maybe-
guy from last week.
Maybe it could be.
Remember, was it an Aussie guy refereeing the Chelsea game
Jared,
before this?
Jared something.
Yeah, he's probably up there this week. He's like, oh, we'll give
I checked, thankfully.
we'll give it Ange. Did you actually check?
No, I've seen the names released of the referees and their
Brutal.
addresses and their families' names. But
Okay, that's
they were
pretty
taken.
dark.
But
Their addresses.
yeah.
they were
And their
taken off.
families' names. Little Jimmy.
They were taken off their duties for the rest of the game week as well.
Wow.
Those two, but yeah, just disappointing overall. Like you know it's going to come and go, but especially when you're a man down and you get that advantage, that's like crucial to go 1-0 up and then just absolutely kicking the sack with the own goal right at the end.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was
Just we were defended so well, going to sneak away with 1 point with 9 men, and just absolutely gets rocketed into the box, and Matip fucks up his clearance, and it scores a screamer into the top right
God.
corner.
You know,
It was a banger.
It was a
the
banger.
opposite of how that makes. I'm literally the opposite about how that makes you feel. It makes me feel so happy
Well, I actually feel
watching Matip
it's-
score like that.
I think it's
big for him.
justified because the VAR decisions that you guys got last year were completely absurd. And you guys probably got about 9 points from ridiculous VAR decisions last
From
year.
ridiculous VAR
Yeah.
decisions.
Yeah. I'll send you something. Actually,
As in terms like they got the call wrong
Yeah.
as VAR.
yeah.
I'm expecting this link to be on like the dark web, like
I
a
know.
conspiracy site.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's like fucking VAR. The guys against VAR.
It's like Pirate Bay shit.
Lions.
Yeah.
I did see something about that we got a lot of overturned decisions last year, but
Mm.
I was reading that as in terms of they fucked up a lot of the refereeing decisions and had to be corrected by VAR
Mm.
when we were the team. But
I'll send you
Send me
this
the link.
thing
I'll read
that I
it.
read. Yeah.
I'll read it.
It's interesting.
I don't like to give spoilers,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to give a spoiler for my worst this week because it's the next thing in our highlights.
What is it?
Havertz scoring a penalty, and
Bro.
it wasn't fucking Saka.
Bro, that was a pity give, I reckon.
it was
Oh,
absolutely
100%.
Absolute pity. Like,
Fuck that.
this guy cannot dribble. Let's give
He's
him a
still
penalty.
screwing me. He's fucking gone from Chelsea. Now he's fucking my fantasy down. I don't even pick him up. Oh,
Mate, he's got a vendetta against you.
I was so pissed about that because it was funny because again I didn't watch the game live. I was catching some of the highlights, and I knew that Havertz took a pen for him, but so I was like, oh okay, but it was going through, and then there was obviously 2 pens in the game, which I didn't realize, and the first pen comes up, and I'm like waiting for Havertz to step up, and then Odegaard does. I'm like, 2 motherfuckers got me this week. What the fuck? I was so mad watching it. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. And Saka's handed the ball over both times.
Could have had a Hattie, man.
I mean, fuck. He'd be miles above, well, not miles, but he'd have a good lead
Mm.
as the top point scorer in fantasy.
Yeah, he'd be up there. Yeah.
No, he'd be top.
That's 2 now.
It would
He's
be.
He'd be
two,
top.
2 he's given
Wow.
away.
Yeah, 2 he's given away. Oh, that's 3 he's given away. If
That's his third.
well, if you think about the one in the other game, he gave 2 away in this game.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
and
Yeah.
then the first
Remember?
one of the season.
Yeah, because we were
first
kind of
game.
like, oh, it's tactical. You know. Yeah, he's on 53 points. Watkinson's on 54. Hullen's on 53 as well.
But what if he missed one of those pens? He wouldn't be on top.
Doubt it.
Minus.
Don't even think like that, mate. Anyway, that was my worst.
Yeah. Early reveal and worthy.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to mention from that game, or is it just kind of the same?
Just Arsenal
characters
just killing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're looking really good.
Let's talk about another team that's killing it.
What a
Newcastle.
segue.
Yeah. Almiron 2-2, baby.
Yeah.
Is the form back?
Is this form going to happen? I think he
Seems
was like
like it.
7
He's a
and
very
7
much a
last
form
year.
player.
and the goal was sexy.
Yeah, it was nice. I was really disappointed I didn't get to grab him
Mm.
because I saw someone dropped him in our league. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Mitch, maybe.
No, he's got him.
He
now.
picked him up.
He picked
Fucking
him up.
classic Hackett.
And he picked up Modric this week.
Modric was available.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, of course he was available.
I just assumed.
Who the fuck's owning
I
him?
just assumed Tim had him. Who did have him? You
That's
did.
true.
I
that's
drafted
true.
him, then dropped him about a month ago or something.
Wow.
Do you think Tim picked up Kepper as well? Just to like, even though
Just
even
for-
though he's red and
just for the
not
memes?
playing.
Just for the memes. Fuck. Wow, he got him.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, he's looking good, especially with Gordon now suspended a week, but also obviously more so the Harvey Barnes injuries, even more certain. But
Yeah.
I've got to mention another Newcastle player who I shouted out as a pickup last week. Anderson
Yeah.
had the amazing preseason form, was the top scorer in preseason across all the Prem teams.
Mm.
He looked really good in this game and had 0.5 XG.
Wow, that's good.
So that's like a really solid result. And he had quite a few chances.
Mm.
Yeah, I thought he looked quite nice as an alternative. And he's got obviously third start in a row. So he didn't start straight after preseason.
Mm.
He's getting those mins now, though.
Okay. Yeah, well, look, it's a perfect segue. Anderson to Anderson. Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
What a stunner from
Oh,
their
my God.
Anderson.
That
Wow.
was so nice.
That was very nice.
That was goal of the week for me.
lucky how it bounced through the crowd, but still the reaction to set himself and pull that in. Oof.
Yeah, very good. I know. I think he was shocked.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think he was a little. He was like, fucking get in.
Crystal Palace come up with some worldies.
They do, but they've really had a lot of trouble scoring this year.
Mm.
And I think it's
well,
funny.
unless it's been Eduard, he's probably the only one that scored, really.
Yeah, I've been listening to a bit of an analysis, and I guess I agree with it because I drafted Eze, for example, and it might be a little good chat for Eze owners. But I think there'd be a few people expecting him to probably have a good season. But with Zaha gone, with Elise out, he's really the source of everything, and teams are heavily marking him. And they're basically, if they mark him out of the game, they make it really hard for Palace to score. So
They don't have that creativity.
That's what that made them so threatening. You had 3 guys to mark.
Exactly.
Across Elise, Zaha, Eze.
So I'm hoping that maybe when Elise is back fit, then we might see a bit of a resurgence from Eze because it'll just give them a bit more diversity and they won't just be able to mark one player to kind of beat
It makes sense.
Palace. So maybe hold on. I don't know when Elise is coming back.
Last I saw it was unknown still.
Still unknown.
Yeah.
Shit. Anyway, well, that's sorrowful.
Well, hopefully it's one of those ones
Eze
where
owner.
it's just unknown until they release it in 2 weeks' time and he's back in a month. Who knows?
They really need another attacker, like another winger. They've not replaced Zaha at all.
No, they
Like,
haven't actually. I don't think they've signed anyone.
and they're just relying
Summer.
on basic. Well, they sealed the contract of Eze and I think Elise, both of them.
Oh, okay. Put their money in there.
I guess that must be what they did.
Yeah.
Anyway, we probably should move on because there's not much fantasy chat there, but I thought that was an interesting little note. Let's go on to Luton versus Everton.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, this was kind of not what we expected, but also what we expected. Like,
Yeah.
you would have thought that this was Everton's chance, but Luton
I thought
seemed
Everton
to
had moved away from this form, but
straight
wow,
back.
their home form continues. This was their home game. They haven't won all season at home.
I know, but how about that volley from Morris at the back post?
Really.
That was very nice.
That was clutch,
Yeah.
Very nice take.
He's
I really
ticking
enjoyed that.
along pretty nicely now as a fantasy option.
Mm.
Like he's kind of managed to back it up now a couple of weeks. I haven't actually got the exact numbers in front of me. But
I'll get him for you.
I'm
He's,
su-
he scored
he's on
2 in a row.
Oh, okay.
Wolves and Everton.
Yeah, but
And
he's
he's
got 3 goals and an assist over the season. He's sitting on about 34 points, which is not bad for where he,
And
plays.
he's got Burnley to come tonight or tomorrow. So
Exactly. So even more opportunity, to kind of get in on the goals. So, yeah, I don't know what their fixtures are like, and he's probably gone in most leagues. But, he's kind of a little outsider performer that I wasn't expecting.
yeah, they've got a couple of tough fixtures coming up, to be honest. Spurs, Forest, Villa, Liverpool, United, Palace.
And
So,
look, he's really
few good
the
and
only
bad.
one from that team, right? Like,
Yeah, there's not a lot of options there. I think people would have taken punts and a few others for the double, but yeah, it's a bit of a tough one from there. But I think one thing that I wanted to also shout out for them is it's their first promoted team to win this season. So
really?
Sheffield and Burnley haven't won a game yet.
oh, wow.
So-
That's true. Yeah.
I think it's going to be one of those seasons where the relegated teams
really struggle.
or promoted teams just go back
relegated.
down again.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
think
very
they're-
likely unless Everton fall
Yeah.
in because they've been knocking on that door for
If they get
couple of
saved,
years.
it's just because the others are worse than them, like
That's
last
true.
year. But fuck, Everton first home goal of the season as well. That game.
Wow.
Look, it's
Before
not been
we move
good.
on from Everton, I did want to say that I still think that there are points to get from Everton, regardless of them being so bad,
I was going to agree with that too.
especially with DCL looking like he's got getting back to a bit of form.
Yeah. And
Like,
they
he-
signed Harrison
2-2.
Yes.
from Leeds.
That's a really interesting.
And he's been injured for a little while. And
Mm.
I'm not necessarily, I mean, he may be a fantasy pickup. I don't know. We'll kind of have to see as he starts getting integrated back into the team because he was out for a while, so it might not be super quick.
Yeah, he just played 45 minutes.
Yeah,
in this
but I
game.
think we're going to start seeing him come back into it. DCL, if they can kind of get a bit of cohesion there in the attack, maybe it'll take a bit of pressure off the defense.
Yeah, and Decore is just looking really good.
It's crazy, man.
Shout out to Milan who picked him up this week.
Did he?
Decore
Yeah.
probably should have had the goal, to be honest.
Definitely.
I thought he
Oh,
would
yeah.
have had time to tap that in.
Yeah,
But he's like almost a second striker half the time in these games. I'm like watching him like, why are you there?
Yeah.
Like my comment here was, looks like he's back to his best top 5 box-to-box midfielder, and
you heard it here first.
he's looking
Or the 51st time.
good. Yeah.
Way more than that.
Way more than that. How many pods have we done?
I think this is episode 96 or something, boys.
mentioned at least once an ep.
Is it EP 96?
It's close.
Oh, we're close to 100?
Yeah.
Ooh, I might have to look that up.
Yeah.
Might have to do a fan special.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do a fan special for 100.
What does that mean?
We'll figure it out.
Okay, great. I'm looking forward to hearing how we're doing that one.
Some phone-ins.
Yeah, phone it.
Yeah,
Live
yeah.
phone-ins.
Oh god, we'll do a 3 a.m. pod.
God, that's gonna be a late one. Okay, I think we should move on. Let's go to West Ham.
West Ham.
They
Just
are
trucking
just
along.
ticking.
Yeah.
I'm just so surprised because they really didn't have a great year last year. They didn't look great in preseason. There was a bit of negative chat about their signings. They said, people weren't really happy with their movements in the transfer market. They lost Rice, who's a massive loss for them.
Got rid of
Scamacca as well. And then the JWP signing now looks genius.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and they didn't really change much else, but they're ticking lovely. I mean, it helps that Bowen is just on fire.
Yeah, I think
And
it's
again,
that
scoring
pressure.
this week.
But let's just talk about Kafal because he could be available in a lot of leagues. And what is it? 3 and 3 assists.
Yep.
So that we can't skip over
And the
that.
cleanie this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, and I think they're famous for being fairly good with their heads.
Yeah.
Tend to be a bigger team set up to kind of score goals like that. And
And
he's
powered
doing a
through
great.
for that assist, this week.
But he's playing some nice balls in, and we've said the same thing about JWP. There could be some good points to come from him because of the way they play. I think he's another player that could kind of benefit from that.
Definitely.
So yeah, I completely agree with that. Sufal's
West Ham
100% an
look
option.
like fantasy gold at the moment. There's points everywhere.
Big chat. It's true though. It's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to see Antonio ticking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he got the assist. He got
he?
an assist. Yeah.
Oh, he did this week. Okay,
So
I didn't know that.
he's going all right. Yeah, for Antonio owners.
Okay, let's move on, boys.
Aston
This was
Villa?
a big scoreline.
wow. What was it like? 8-2?
Shocking.
6-1.
6-1.
8-2. More goals than the Newcastle game, like in the next week.
It just
Jeez.
felt like it.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, was not. I was expecting a lively game, but I didn't think Brighton would be pumped.
It's funny, like
Like
in my
that.
mind, I think Aston Villa started just a little slowly. They got pretty done by I think in Newcastle.
Opening day, they lost, like 5-0 or something.
And we're like, oh,
Yeah.
hang on.
Mm.
Everyone was expecting big things from Aston Villa.
We did actually
we're a
call
bit
him as our
worried.
sleeper of the season, our sleeper team.
I don't know if I wouldn't have even called them a sleeper. Like they were well on my radar. Like for
Yeah.
me, I was like, Villa are going to have a good year this year.
Mm.
They made good signings, and then
They did, yeah.
Then they just didn't quite tick over at the beginning. Watkins wasn't really firing.
Mm.
Now he fucking is.
Start slow, man.
Like crazy.
But he still went like 4 assists in a
Yeah,
row.
well, his
He
goals
did.
though.
Yeah.
He's slow to
now
start
it's
with
goals, and it's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like Watkins, Hattie there. I mean, yeah. Two of them were
Maybe
so
he gets like
nice.
new contacts every year, and he just is like take a little bit to adjust to his new prescription.
I
and
wish I
just-
knew that last year
yeah.
when I fucking dropped them.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
yeah, it was 2 really nice goals from him. One of them was a deflected goal, which I, can't give too much of a shout out for. But the other 2 were prime Watkins. One a poacher, the other just making space for him in the box.
Yeah.
Is that near post finish? Was that the one he did? There was one. It was like a kind of a near post finish. Or-
Yes, he did the spin around and made space for himself, and then low bottom
that
left
was
corner.
nice.
And then the other was just a poacher after a cross. But man, he was on fire. So he's got 4 and 2, which is crazy. Huge hauls.
Yeah.
2 assists as well.
I think we should shout out Ramsey because, obviously Watkins, you're not getting him if you haven't drafted him. But Ramsey could be available because he's been a little bit more fringe this season.
Well, he started injured. That was
Yeah.
the whole thing, right? He was injured at the start and then kind of lost out his space.
Mm.
And I probably wouldn't have even said he was a pickup, but they've kind of just had Zaniolo playing basically in the same role I would say he would play.
Yeah.
And Zaniolo, he's been okay, but I mean, he came off in the 57th minute in this game for Ramsey. And I mean, Ramsey scored a great goal here. I actually think potentially
Beautiful curler.
Zaniolo could lose his spot, or at least we could see a bit more rotation at that position. And with the great run of they have an amazing run of fixtures.
Yeah, they got Wolves, West Ham, Luton, Forest, Fulham.
Yeah,
It's a nice run.
It's
Like, you want-
really
West
good.
Ham's the hard one, but
I would
in there.
be
But-
all
there
over
still could be
Villa.
goals in it.
Yeah.
It's still fantasy,
Oh yeah,
Look at this. They
Like,
just fucking
we're panning for goal here,
smashed
boys.
Brighton. They're scoring plenty of goals this year.
Mhm.
I'd be all over Ramsey.
And I got to say, if Douglas Luiz is still available in any of your leagues, you have to pick him up.
Yeah.
He's on pens. He's on all the free kicks, all the corners. Like, and he's scoring.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I do agree.
He's 3 goals this year. He hasn't even got an assist yet, and he's on 32 points.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we covered them off pretty well. Is there anyone else in for? I guess the chat would be: is there anyone for Villa that?
We just got to shout out. Well, Fatty scored his first goal as well
Oh.
for Brighton.
Okay.
Got to give that little shout out for him. But I think, yeah, Villa, there's obviously quite a few names. Like McGinn got an assist.
You could say him again, yeah. And he's getting a lot of minutes.
And
Yeah.
he's
kinda playing
basically
as a right
played
wing.
90 minutes for 5 of the 7 games,
Yeah. Wow.
you know.
And with these great fixtures coming up, yeah, you'd have to factor him in.
I don't love him normally, but yeah, with the fixture run, it's one of those scenarios where if he's just getting an assist here and there, it's giving you some points.
And he's had some moments before in fantasy. He's a bit of a form player when he's scoring goals. Like he's scored some great goals in the past.
yeah,
yeah.
So yeah, like another good option there. Okay.
Fixtures, baby. Fixtures.
I know the fixtures are great.
Yeah.
And the form.
And the form.
Okay, last one for the highlights for this week. Look, we've already kind of mentioned it. Mudryk, first goal in
thought
the
we got
Prem.
this whole way without getting them.
I mean, last game of the game. Oh no, not last game of the game week. Second last game. I forgot about the double game. Anyway, look, yeah, took it on his chest, finished well.
Yeah.
I mean, the ball in from Colwell.
Lovely pass.
I'm not what I was expecting from like a centre back playing it left back.
Yeah, and Fulham have had really good defense, which we shouted out last week. And look, there was still a couple of gaps in Chelsea's, play, but it's getting better.
They made some tweaks at second half, Fulham, and
Yeah,
they looked a lot better. Like we were really struggling.
yeah, it
to
was a
deal
bit
with them.
worrying
Fulham just look like they can't score many goals this year.
Yeah, Jimenez.
without
I think they're
Mitro.
gonna really. I think they need to buy a striker in Jan. Like
Yeah.
they need to put some money.
They do. I
It's a
mean,
shame
They won't
because
get relegated because I think there's worse teams. But
Jimenez
some
has
fucking
passed the
goals, man.
eye test for me in multiple games.
he's working his ass off over there.
I just don't think he's got enough support.
mm,
I don't know if they need another striker. I think that they need a playmaker.
maybe, but there's players in there that can put a ball in,
Yeah,
like
Wilson.
Wilson. Like there's
Pauline.
players there.
Herrera like this.
Yeah.
They've got a good little midfield. I really where they're struggling is the goals. I kind of tend to agree with Heat, but I mean, look, Jimenez, we all know what he's capable of. I mean, he's
Yeah.
never really come back and been the same. But if he does manage to switch back into that little goal scoring frenzy, very interesting. But is there anyone? I mean, look, Chelsea's got a bad run of fixtures. Just while we're on Chelsea, it's the first time we got a win, 2 clean sheets in a row.
Yeah.
Are we entertaining Chelsea options? Are we thinking Mudryk's a pickup? What's the vibe?
Man, I'd be looking at Burnley this week and then maybe parking until after Brighton
Doing like a little
because you got
Jose Mourinho
you got
basketball.
Arsenal, Brentford, Spurs, City, Newcastle, Brighton.
Doesn't look
Like
good.
you're conceding, definitely.
Yeah, okay. I get what you're saying there. I agree with that. So maybe just for a game week.
Maybe for Burnley, and then maybe wait till the fixtures change because they're really nice from game week 16.
Could be a good thing to note. Just like, okay, Chelsea going to come out that side. Maybe pick up some players.
Yeah, maybe
Fixtures coming
14 week 14. Like try and prep if you see any form there, but we can touch base when we get down
And
there.
we'll see. I think as weeks go on, this team is going to start playing better together. Like there's 16 new players in Chelsea's team this season, and that's a tough thing for a manager to actually put together.
Not
So-
to mention the injuries.
Yeah, and not to mention the injuries. So we will see over the season a bit of more like cohesion in Chelsea, and I think it's more of like get the fixture run and then nail that, and then maybe think about next year's draft.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, just survive.
Just survive.
Okay, boys. Well, oh man, that sounded crisp. That little beer you popped there.
Fuck COVID.
Fuck COVID. So let's go to our worst and best this week. Look, I'll go first because I've already done half of mine. The little Saka whinge, not taking pens, was definitely my worst. But my best was just Bowen's goal scoring record.
Yeah, you
I'm
can't.
loving that.
You can't deny it.
Oh God, I don't know
Bowen's
where
on
I drafted him, but man,
I think you got him like round 3 or 4. You were confident.
You went really early.
I went Eze earlier than I went Bowen.
Yeah. No, didn't you go Bowen then Eze? 3-4?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, let me look it up.
No, it's all right. I'll look it up. You keep talking.
Okay, but I'm done. That's it. Bowen.
You go.
So,
Peter.
Hito,
Love
what's
it.
your worst and best?
So my worst this week was VAR. Fuck VAR. Can't deal anymore. And my best this week was Roy Hodgson going unbeaten again at Old Trafford.
He kind of like he just like made tweaks and stuff in that game and just kind of absolutely nullified
Yeah.
United.
They were just so strong and they looked more attacking than I ever thought they ever could under Roy. He's really kind of letting them play. And yeah, I just love seeing United suffer. Who knows? Will Ten Hag be the first manager to be sacked?
It looks like it.
You reckon?
Mate,
I reckon he could.
The
be.
wheels have fallen
How
off,
long
man.
did they let Ole stay?
Too long.
I know, but they'll let him stay this season.
We'll see.
Their form's not looking good.
But if he goes, maybe Sancho's a pickup.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you actually did go Eze, then Bowen, round 3, round 4. Wow. Matoma, Chilwell, Visser, Shah.
Fucking Chili's boned me.
Oh, this has
Yeah.
boned you too, mate.
Oh, this is so late.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like,
He got me a couple
The
goals.
form's dropped.
It has. He had opportunities in that goal.
Anyway,
Man,
Marlo, what's
too.
your best and worst?
Look, my best is actually an old faithful fantasy royalty, we'll call him. Andros Townsend.
Royalty.
Commentating.
Okay.
fantasy royalty?
Oh, we'll say he scored a couple of bangers.
Crystal Palace
Yeah.
royalty. Oh, wait, he was Southampton, Tottenham, Palace, right?
Palace, yeah.
But he's obviously retired now.
He has retired, I guess, and now he's commentating, and
How's that voice?
not what I expected.
Not at all.
Like, come on.
Was it punditry, like sitting in the studio?
He
or
was
he
like-
actually commentating the game?
actually
commentating the game.
commentating? He was like the
Wow.
second, like the
Oh,
2
really?
IC. Yeah.
Jeez, that's a nice little promotion.
But he sounded so much older and more mature than I would have expected.
game was
in a
it?
weird way.
The Chelsea game this morning.
Oh, they
Yeah.
put him on the shit games. Got it.
Oh, come on.
That was a
And-
fucking derby, mate.
He said some funny shit, like it made me crack up. Like, oh, Wobie's coming on, like he's a really hard worker, like I know from my time at Everton. And stuff.
yeah, I
And
heard
was
that
like-
too.
I was like, yeah, I actually quite like having an ex-player in the commentating because you get a little bit of like insight about,
It's true. The last people played 40 years ago normally.
yeah. And look, I already mentioned my worst. It was just putting Thiago Silva on the bench. I just, didn't have much faith
Yeah,
in,
brutal.
in Chelsea.
Fuck COVID.
Yep. And yeah, it cost me 8 points. But look, it is what it is.
It sounds like when you basically look for your worst, all you do is just look at your team. So
That's,
you don't have to look too far.
I was struggling to find a worse, and I was like, hey,
Easy.
I'll just look at my team. I'll find something in there
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, boys.
Can't we all?
Well,
Can't we all?
Miles, come on. I want to hear some fan questions. I want something juicy this week.
Are we going straight to fan questions?
Did I miss something? Oh, I missed a whole section. Stop, drop, and hold.
Jesus.
Stop in the name of hope.
You missed drop.
Before I drop these bitches.
He's getting good at that. That was
All
the
right.
same as he did the last time he sang that song.
Remember it. You must be singing in the shower.
Okay, well, who's got to stop here? I've got a couple.
I'll go first. We've said his name already, but Sufal. It's happened. 3-3.
Mm-hmm.
He's hit our threshold of stop.
Oh, he's hit the threshold, all right. Look, yeah, I think I'd agree with that too. I mean, I don't know if the runs of fixtures is that good, but it does improve, I think, after the next couple of weeks. So, yeah, I'm in on that. Okay, I've got a couple.
Go
Talk
for
to
it.
us.
Huang He Chan.
Yeah.
Absolute sleeper here. 4 goals this season. Not getting many starts, but it looks like he may have nailed that down now. He's got, I think, 2 in the last 2 games. And look, I mean, you can't really deny that he's probably one of the, after Neto,
Mate, 4 in the last 6.
4 in the last 6. There you go.
Yeah.
So starts.
The last week was 45 minutes. I don't know if he started or came on at halftime. I got hoofed at halftime because I had him and I dropped him.
Oh, did you?
And I was like, fuck that, he's done. And then he comes back and scores against
Scores
City.
Against City, brutal.
Yeah.
I'm really
So,
glad that happened to you. I couldn't have
3 starts
bared
in a
seeing
row
that
for
in your
him.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think he's actually worth a try there. Like, I think he's got enough goals now to kind of call him a stop. He's doing it enough.
And Neto and him are the only ones going to score. So if they just keep pulling at least 1 goal here and there each game week, it's going to be one of those 2 probably.
Okay, and my next one is Takure. I mean, we mentioned him last week. I don't think he actually got any returns this week, but just
He
watching.
got the assist.
Oh, he
didn't
did get the assist. Sorry, didn't he?
Yeah.
But honestly, just watching him play makes me know that like he's going to get forward into those positions, and he's looking actually like one of the only other players likely.
Yeah.
He's come off the crossbar a bunch as well.
Yeah, 3 returns in 4 weeks, mate. So
Yeah,
it's
he's
there.
a stop. I mean, Miles shouted him as a pickup last week. I just think he's already a stop now. So, okay, boys, I just want to ask you before we move on. Oh, do you have any, Miles?
I do, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I was just going to reiterate Anderson from Palace. It's
Yep.
it's really, really good. You know, he's got 4 attacking returns this season. He's got like a 9, 11, a 6, and a 15. And I just think that he's got to be a pickup, and he could be a bit of a sleeper.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Yeah.
Like, and Palace, they're not super amazing attacking wise, but
No,
we may
but he could be the outlet because, as you mentioned before, Eze is so fiercely marked that he might be open a little bit more.
And Eze's all right with a set piece. So this week's set piece wasn't amazing, but it's
I know it wasn't weird.
it's a weird cross. But he's picked up all 3 bones on 2 times he scored and then clean sheet. So 9 bone points.
From
Pretty
who?
good. Anderson.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's a defender, and he's a little bit attacking as well. So
I've got a question for you, boys.
talk to me.
So we've got 4 stops here: Hwang Hee-chan, Doucouré, Soufal, Anderson. If you were lining up your waiver wire, in what order would you rank these guys?
It depends on what suits your team, but for me, it might be Anderson because I think that there's a lot more swing in defenders. I think in a lot of narrow leagues, like 7, 8, 9-man leagues, you're not going to have those midfielder spots and forward spots to flick around like with Hee-chan and things like that. So I'm going to say Anderson just because.
It's interesting. They've got a bit of a mixed run. I'm not sure what you've seen of their fixtures, but they've got Forest, which are obviously good. Then Newcastle, Tottenham goes a bit rough. Then we come back to Burnley, Everton, Luton, West Ham, Bournemouth.
That's pretty
So
good.
for them, around the middle, it's almost worth holding those players through those 2 bad fixtures just for how it looks on the back end.
If I'd be looking at the defenders, I don't know if you'll get away with it in most leagues, but you could potentially try and go Anderson first for the Forest game and then maybe switch to Soufal after he plays Newcastle Villa in the next 2.
Yeah.
And then jump on his Everton, Brentford, Forest, Burnley, Palace run. But they both might not be free after this game week. But
maybe. But okay. But if just for the sake of argument, you're ranking these 4, where do they sit for you?
Yeah. Look, I think Kufal and Anderson could be basically 1 and 2, either way, whichever your preference. Probably Soufal just because West Ham do look a little bit better than Palace. Look, Doucouré, if he's available, he's just a pickup ahead of Hee-chan.
He's not commit. Oh, okay. So that's 3-4. So you're saying Soufal, Anderson, Doucouré, Chan.
Because of the minutes, Doucouré gets way more minutes than Hee-chan.
yeah, he's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've seen the 2 starts in the last 2 and the form. We may see that rewarded.
Yeah.
So I think it's, Doucouré, then Hee-chan in order, and then Soufal and Anderson happy with either order.
Yeah.
So just determine if you need a mid or if you need defenders more.
Okay, cool. Appreciate
Love it.
that. Love it. That's going to help me out for this waiver. Thanks,
You're
boys.
welcome, mate. You're welcome. You need it.
Do you guys have any drops or holds?
I feel like drops and holds kind of like blend into one sometimes.
Yeah.
For me, I've actually put his name in a drop and a hold. Chili.
I
So-
read some news that like he might actually have to have surgery.
He's already had it,
Oh, he's had it?
and I've heard 4 weeks,
4 weeks.
which sounds amazing for a hamstring injury. So I don't know how reliable that is.
Yeah.
So
That's,
for me, until I find out how bad that injury is, I have to hold.
I agree.
Like
I think we
even though he
mentioned
wasn't
last-
getting the minutes because I mean last week was because he wasn't getting the minutes. Now it's like he's injured. Okay, like fuck. But
I think you
still
got to
have
wait.
to see.
You have to wait and see because he's too good. If he's only out for 4, to drop and put back on the.
I don't need another Rodrigo incident.
and you know what? Chelsea have a really bad run of fixtures after this Burnley game. So you probably wouldn't even play him with Chelsea's form as well. So it's basically gonna it's like my De Bruyne pickup. It's helping you with your team selection. You just put him at the back and not worry about him, and you can just worry about your first 2 reserves.
Wait till December, mate.
Deck.
See where the fixtures are coming back.
All right, cool. All right, do you guys have any more drops and holds, or you want to just carry on here?
That's it for me this
Well,
week.
I did try to skip into this earlier, so I'm very excited for fan questions. I think it might be. It's not my favorite because Snapchat is high, but
It's pretty much, yeah.
yeah, fan
do love
questions is
fan
one of my
questions.
faves. So Miles, take us away. What do we got?
Look, I think we've got the biggest fan of the pod has written in.
Wow.
Southie.
That's a big call. Southie's back.
Southie is back, boys.
Oh, we needed some South in our
Hectic.
life.
Yeah.
Oh, is this Southie's team?
Okay, so she fucking hauled this week. A massive 81
Oh my
points.
God.
I've got a team here for you guys to have a look at, and I'm just going to run through it because you got to give credit. 81 this week is a huge, huge haul.
That's crazy.
So she's got Sanchez in goal. Then she's got White with 14 points. Thiago Silva with 8. Shah with 7.
Oh, I like that
Her-
backline.
Dude, look at her midfield. Odegaard with 17. Grealish with 1. You know, that's all right. He'll come good. Bowen, Kulusevski.
Jesus.
Then he's got-
What's the
then
fifth mid?
she's
oh,
got
Elise.
Elise.
Holding tight there.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
and then the front line is Nikedia, Isak, and who's that? It's my thing's too small. Is that Kuna?
Oh, don't say that out loud.
Yeah.
Cunha.
Wolves, the Wolves striker.
You know, with a little bit of a return there. She's got Dunk on the bench, which is great because he had -2.
Well played.
But
John.
the,
Oh, she's
John
got
Stone.
John Stone.
but the
9
question,
points.
the question from Southie is, she's worried about her bench. Is Elise ever coming back?
Oh,
So we already discussed it a little bit earlier.
I mean, I'm going to Google here, and I'm sorry I don't know more here.
No, but-
Southie, but
That's okay.
look,
And
there's been nothing since September.
yeah,
They've said nothing about him forever. Look, in one of the top Google searches, what has happened to Michael Elise?
Boys,
It's probably Southie
how-
every week.
I want to know what you're feeling about Grealish.
I think he was injured at first.
and he's just coming
Do you
back.
think he's going to get his spot back?
Look, Doku is semi keeping him out, but it's a long season, and I think he's too big a name to drop right now. I saw what he did at the back end of last season, and I think her team's strong enough to hold.
To hold
Personally,
him.
what do you think?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a look at the waivers for her. I think
Yeah.
the bench could potentially, Dunk and Varane could potentially be upgraded.
Yeah, so let's start with defenders. There's a lot of names actually.
my God.
that are available
Colwell's
in
free.
all categories. By the way, so we got Colwell, Sufal, Tarkowski, Castagna.
You said this is like a 10 or 12 man league, right?
10 man. I'm not sure what's going on, Southie, but if you guys play for money, get me in this league.
Or up the buy-in so we can help you win more money.
You know, even Pau Torres is available. So can we just get a little bit of a ranking with these defenders just for Southie in case she wants to flick out, you know, Dunk or
I didn't even see. Where's Pau
Varane.
Torres?
Pau Torres is
I think-
there.
8 down on the list.
So
Oh shit, the defenders isn't on my screen. Okay, never mind.
obviously Colwell is punching at the moment.
I would go Pau over Colwell.
Yeah,
With that run of fixtures.
but Sufal is available as well. So are we ranking Sufal higher than Pau?
I would go Safal then Powell.
Yep.
I would go Pau then Sufal because of the because
The fixtures.
Kapow, but also because of the fixtures and
Yeah.
just Aston Villa just seem to be going from strength to strength right now, and to run into that run of fixtures with a defender like him, I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, that's why.
And for me, it would be Sufal just because I think that he's got more attacking returns than Powell. But I think either way, Southie, if you want to go with that, I think it's good. And
For Dunk first.
for Dunk, I think, yeah.
Maybe even load up one of them for Varane in case
And
you
then,
get both.
and then maybe the other one for Varane. But what I want to actually bring your guys' attention to is the midfielders because I think there's some big names that need to be picked up. And I think Elise can get dropped. We don't have any data.
I think the thing with Elise is who's picking Elise up,
exactly.
right? Like it's not like you're going to drop Elise and then someone's going to go, oh yes, and snap him up.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't know where Southie is in her league. I'm assuming high with that kind of a haul.
Yeah.
So maybe she won't have the first option to.
I'm pretty sure they play head to head, but I'll get a bit of an
okay.
update for next week.
But look, the Google alert should obviously be on
Yep.
for the old Elise name. But yeah, I think at this point, no one's going to be challenging her for
yeah,
that.
don't miss out on the points in the meantime, especially if Grealish is not going to start.
Well, Almiron has good fixtures.
But guys, yeah, let's get a bit of a ranking. There's Almiron, Douglas Luiz, Hee-Chan, Richarlison, Decore, and even Hudson Odoi is available.
I
So-
mean, look, Hudson's probably low on my list, but
Got to go Almiron.
And there's Anderson as
Almiron
well. We've
first.
just been talking up. Yeah, I'd agree. Almiron first.
I'd say actually Douglas Luiz for me. He's on penalties, and Aston Villa are just looking incredible.
And they've got the good fixtures too.
Nah, Almiron for me.
Yeah.
Then Louise, then He Chan. Oh, Richarlison?
Richarlison
Interesting.
is a little bit more punty than the other two.
She's already got Kulusevski.
But has a higher ceiling if he gets things going.
Oh, I love the ceiling chat. Wow. But what's his flaw?
Oh, rock bottom, baby. One goal all season. That's his rock bottom.
ripping off your shirt and celebrating and
Three
then,
or four times.
Yeah.
Getting yellow cards.
and then the other team scoring with like 5 seconds left in the
Fuck,
game.
what a
Oh,
game. That was
Jesus.
beautiful. Fucking Tottenham.
So yeah,
So wait, where's the ranking? We left it as Almiron. Well, you think Douglas Luiz, so it's a bit interchangeable there. Would you go Richarlison over He Chan?
I would.
I think I would too.
The
But
ceiling.
the only
dancing.
reason I wouldn't is because she's kind of already got. Oh, but she's also already got Cunha. I would drop Cunha as well.
She's got Cooley, which is a double up of, which is a little
there's
bit.
strikers here as well. I
Well,
haven't even
so
looked at that.
yeah, let's just save the strikers.
Sorry.
We'll finish ranking them. Almiron and Douglas Luiz. I think either side. I think Douglas Luiz. The other boys think Almiron. And then we're saying Richarlison over He Chan.
And I think if we're going down even further than that, I can see Doucouré available.
Yeah.
You know, we've already said what we said about him and Anderson too from Newcastle.
You could load up all those options. If
Yeah,
you, want to
you
stack
really
them.
could. If Southie's, laid on the waiver, which it looks like she might be, based on these points, she's got enough options that she'll get one of these, and I think they're all better than having Elise on the bench.
So with the forwards, obviously she might be able to drop Cunha. DCL, Calvert-Lewin is available, which I think that's an interesting pickup.
I like it as a punty kind of thing.
Broja is available, but I don't think that that's a long-term thing
I like Cunha longer term.
than Broja.
Yeah.
Me too. The minutes are definitely there.
Maybe Mateta, but Cunha's got a little bit of he's got the assist this week.
But he's not
Yeah.
looked that good. He's
No, he's not
kind of
really.
been average in a lot of his games.
I
I'm seeing he's literally got a goal and an assist.
You could probably swing that forward position, maybe.
Yeah, I
between
think
some of them.
DCL is a pickup, guys.
I think so.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
I think you've got to put in first for Almiron or Douglas Luiz, whatever decision you come up with. I think that should be your first waiver.
but those fixtures, man.
And then I would just be, putting in for probably DCL next, and then one of the defenders that we were talking about.
And then the rest of the midfielders.
And then the rest of the mids.
Yeah, I like that order.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So moving on to, an ever consistent question asker, Aaron, he's back. His question was, what are your thoughts on having a defender spot available for streaming versus keeping a decent striker? I don't actually know what he means by streaming. I'm thinking
Like our podcast?
maybe.
Well, that's good. I'm glad he's listening.
Yeah.
Does that mean Zinchenko's listening?
I
Is this
think
a
he
streaming our
means
pod?
swing position, which I'm going to go with. Aaron, if I'm not getting it right, please correct me. But he was thinking about making Zinchenko the streamer spot, which for me, if it's a swing spot, Zinchenko isn't the actual
And this is his
person.
team here on the right. He's got
It is.
Saliba and
Yeah,
White
sorry,
as
I'm
well.
looking at this now.
Yeah.
I'm a little
So he's got
confused.
3 Arsenal defenders.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah, so I think he's in like a 7-man league, so it's pretty stacked. But look, I'm actually not 100% sure what he means. So we're going to come back to this next week, and I'm going to get some more information.
I don't think you should be dropping Zinchenko.
Me either.
What, you keep
So-
3 Arsenal
One
defenders?
Yeah, whilst they're one of the strongest teams.
Maybe
Like,
a
Yeah.
trade. Maybe a trade is good.
Oh, that's not a
to
bad idea.
diversify.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the value. Who would you get the value for?
Maybe like an Aston Villa or Newcastle.
But who would you
defender?
trade of those 3? Zinchenko.
Zinchenko.
Probably, because of minutes
Yeah. Trying to get
and-
into Aston Villa's defense could be a good idea.
and injury concerns.
Yeah, true.
Zinchenko has a few injuries.
But it's not like he's relying on him at the heart of his defense. Like I'm seeing Akanji and Shah here.
Shah,
anyway.
White, and Saliba will be in his team every week as a 3.
Yeah, for sure.
Look, I just want to round it out with Paul T. He's
Paul T?
back. Yeah, his thoughts on trading Gakpo for Jackson. What do you guys think?
Ooh.
So he wants to get Jackson.
Yeah. Or maybe he's been offered
Mate,
it. I'm
with
not-
Jackson, with Chelsea's fixtures, I'd be saying no.
But Gakpo's got a little knock right now.
How bad is the knock?
Well, he scored the
75%.
goal and he thought he like twisted something, so he hobbled around for a bit, but then he came back on and kept playing.
But then he came off at half time.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
Bit of safety.
Yeah, I think it was a safety injury. I don't know if it's gonna be that serious.
And I think he scored 2 in the last 3 games, so he's got a bit of form. I think because of fixtures right now, I'd probably hold.
If Chelsea only had a couple of bad fixtures, but the fact that you got like
The
6,
fixtures for
7
fucking
bad
Liverpool are
fixtures,
so good.
yeah, I just wouldn't. I wouldn't do that right now.
No, I wouldn't either. Maybe you can cash in, like we were saying, after that. Like, Gakas has got a good run right now.
Hmm.
And, you'll get a bit more time to see what Jackson's capable of in these more difficult fixtures. But then he shoots out the back end of that. And if you still feel like you really want Jackson at the end of that, you might even be able to get more than Jackson.
Or when
for Gakpo.
Nkunku's coming back,
Yeah, true. That's
value
very
of Jackson
true.
will go up.
It will, for sure. There has been a bit of chat, though, transfer chat, about
Talk to me.
Vlahovic from Juventus.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't know
Sam
much
Vlahovic.
about.
23-year-old. We
another
tried.
struggling striker.
Is he struggling?
Well, he definitely didn't live up to the hype and the money they paid for him.
Okay. Well, we love that because it won't matter. No one can score at Chelsea since Costa. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, that's completely off topic.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Let's round it up, boys, with our top pickups, our waivers. I'll start. Look, I gotta shout out credit where credit's due. You put him in yours last week, Broya, as a punt, and I'm just gonna say a little short term, maybe just for Burnley. He could get the minutes.
Look, I think I'll be making a move on him.
Yeah, cool.
Got very lucky with the goal this week. Had it kicked into him.
Yeah, but that's all he needed. You see the celebration? Huge. Come back from an
Huge for
injury
being
like that. I don't know. For me,
I'd be embarrassed.
God.
And my next one's Anderson from Palace. We've shouted out before. I don't need to say any more on that.
Yeah.
And my last one is just a little bit of a reminder that Bernardo Silva is coming back this game week from injury.
Yeah.
So he could be available, and we know that, just
Love that.
yeah, the city players.
They're the ones I always miss.
And you know what I feel sorry for? The next team that gets to play City. After they lose a game, they usually
They pump them.
crush.
Oh,
like
yeah, they
absolutely
do.
crush. Like
They
I'm
do.
expecting like a 6-goal.
I think Grealish will start.
He could.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Just saying.
We'll see.
Okay, I'm going.
You go.
go.
Look, we mentioned Jacob Ramsey before.
Yes.
I just think for me, he's a pickup.
It's very early because he's only just starting to get minutes again, but it could be a very early mover.
But you look at the fixtures, I just think it just seems like a smart idea.
Even sub minutes, like they're goal scoring. So.
for sure.
yeah.
But he came on, he's scoring goals. Scored a really nice goal too. His confidence is going to be up. Zaniola hasn't impressed that much. I don't know. We might see him back within the next couple of weeks. So I'm liking that. Mudryk, look, pending the injury news, I mean, the next two I'm going to say, Mudryk's probably gone in maybe he's not gone in a lot of leagues. Like you guys were saying that someone picked him up last week in ours. But yeah, I think he just looks really good. The finish has obviously not been there. That's always been the problem. But maybe this goal will finally give him what he needs to kind of go forward here. But obviously, you're going to have to wait and find out about injuries. He did come off at halftime. There's not been a whole lot of information. Pochettino didn't seem to sound too worried. But I think you should just wait a couple of days before you throw that in your waiver. And then alternatively, if Mudryk is injured, I think that Cole Palmer will probably end up playing out on the left, and because Sterling will be back. I think Sterling's just had an illness or something.
Yeah.
So he'll come back on the right side, and if Mudryk isn't there, I think with the way that Cole Palmer's playing, he'll have a spot in the team, and he'll probably move out to the left side. So it's kind of like if Mudryk is not fit kind of situation.
I like it.
But yeah,
Look at you boys. Chelsea score 2 goals and win a game, and it's just fucking pick them up left, right, and center.
Oh, come on. Come on. What are your picks?
So I'm going to double down on your Palace selection of Anderson and go Mitchell.
Tyreek.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tyreek. I think might be a little sleepy sleeper
that.
pick on Palace defense, who have really nice over the next 6 fixtures. They have to face Newcastle and Spurs, but outside of that, Burnley, Everton, Luton, Forest.
Yeah.
really strong defensive options. And then also, I'm going to double down on a point I made last week, similar to what you did with Broja, is Anderson from Newcastle.
Yes.
I just think, really like the look of him this week, and he's getting those 3 starts in a row. I think that he's due for some points.
Boys, another exceptional pod.
When is it not?
I just love hanging out with you guys.
I will actually say I've had 4 or 5 messages from fans this week saying awesome pod last week.
Oh, great.
And that's what we thought as well.
We thought it was a good pod.
We had fun. Like
We had a really good
afterward,
time.
we were like, yeah, that was sick.
That was good fun. And that's what it's about. We do this for fun, but saying that, if you do like what we do, please give us a little review on whatever platform you're on. And if you reach out on Instagram or whatever, we're more than happy to answer any questions about your teams, and we address them all on the pod. Miles even sends individual messages to everybody.
I even took a phone call last week.
You took a phone call?
I took an Instagram phone call. Yeah.
They have phone calls on Instagram?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Well,
You
no.
can make calls.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
They'll be making phones soon. Their own phones. They'll be Instagram phones. All you can do is Instagram.
Get on the gram.
Get on the gram, baby.
Well, I think on that note, it's time for us to hang up our
Peace.
Instagram phones and